Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, so, well, first of all, thank you very much to have come to Boston, to the AI, actually to the Fraunhofer, but I believe officially it's now the AI, more or less. And I'm going to just, this is going to be very short. I'm going to give you a very small, so to say. And now? Much better, right? Okay. No, I couldn't breathe. Well, I'm going to give you a kind of somehow to the meeting. I will start with a definition which I think very well describes the philosophy, or at least the main idea behind this meeting, which is important. And as a kind of example for that definition, I will tell you a very short fairy tale, don't worry. And then I will give you a summary of the program, because there are some issues to be explained. For instance, the review talks or the general talks. I will explain you what is this satellite or breakup of the group idea. Of course, there will be also some fun during the week, and to finish with, I will tell you some general things. So, informal. What does it mean? It is not in the regular, usual, or established form, not according to official, conventional, prescribed, or customary forms or roles. Also, relaxed, friendly, or unofficial, or referring to language of everyday speech and writing rather than used in official and formal contexts. So, what does all this mean? This means that we expect from you that you do talk, that you do ask questions, that you let your voice heard. So you should relax and loosen up, because this is an informal meeting. As an example, I will give you in the next slides a very short example for this, also to understand the motivation of this meeting, which is this fairy tale I told you about. Don't worry, I will not read all the text. So, as you can see, basically, one astrophysicist, and it's up to you to guess who this guy was, arrived to the realms of the Albert Einstein Institute in winter. It was freezing, and but still he was full with joy and inspiration. And when this guy arrived to the AI, he was very happy to find out that actually all people were very friendly and open, and in particular a Russian gentleman who is among us, actually this guy here, Stas, with the curly hair, was very happy to find out that this astrophysicist was very interested in learning more about the potential LISA sources from the astrophysical point of view. And therefore they started to confabulate. As you can see, Stas is very happy to learn that Pau is willing to do such a thing. But then they ran into a snag, because, well, fortune and glass soon break, alas, and when they tried to speak to each other, they realized that they were speaking sometimes maybe different languages, and the communication was sometimes impossible. And well, you can see Stas trying to communicate with me, moving very alive, as always. And well, all of this means that we are working on the same problem, which is the detection of potential gravitational wave sources. We're working on the same problem, but we're approaching the problem from different points of view. And I think we need to communicate. We need a common language. We need to speak, and we need also to show that we are taking this problem very seriously, and that we really want LISA to be launched at some point. And this is what led me to think of this idea of the LISA Astro-GR at AI meeting. And now, a bit more seriously, I'll give you a summary of the week. On Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have review talks. On Monday, review talks of astrophysics, and Tuesday, review talks of GR, data analysis. These are general global view talks, but they are a kind of introduction, and they are very important. You should attend all of them because, well, one, they will be very important for the rest of the week, for what is going to come. if at some point one question is addressed and you don't know what they're talking about, well, this is not what we want. And second, because I have explicitly asked the speakers to, so to say, reduce the level of the contents so that the talk is available, understandable for all people here. And so they are putting a lot of effort, and they deserve that we are there. On Tuesday afternoon, we'll have the first satellite discussion. I will explain this a bit better later. But basically, this means that we're going to have a group breakout. This is an idea I stole from Melvin Davis, sorry, and which showed to work very nice in Sweden. And on Tuesday afternoon, we're going to have the first satellite discussion. This means that the big group is going to split into smaller groups. We're going to address a list of questions. I will talk also about this later on. And on Wednesday morning, what is this? Okay. On Wednesday morning, we're going to have what I call the group crossover. This means that we're going to meet again, all of us in this room, to maybe address some questions that can arise in the different groups. In any case, I think it's important to meet again after the first group breakout, because, well, maybe a satellite finds that actually they would like to cope with this or that question and not with the questions that are in the list, or they have a general question, etc. Anyway, I think a group crossover is an important thing. And the second satellite discussion. And Wednesday afternoon, it is potentially free. Still, there are some things you also can do. For instance, there is a seminar in the central building by Zellinger, and well, but I will also explain you what you also can do. And on Thursday morning, starting at 9:40, because Markus Pösel is going to tell us about the LIST website, which is an important thing to keep the people in touch with the LISA community. We're going to have mixed presentations. This means that we're going to have an astrophysics presentation, a GR data analysis presentation, astrophysics, GR, etc. And these talks are going to be a bit more specific, but still, again, have asked all the speakers to at least to try to reduce or to make a more general the talk so that you can understand what is going on, even if you're not working on that field. On Thursday afternoon, we'll have the same theme, plus the first group of satellites will report. This means that every satellite is going to pick up a person who's going to be responsible to write down a presentation and do the presentation on either Thursday afternoon or Friday afternoon, because we're going to have 5 groups. I will explain this in more detail now. On Friday morning, have again the same, the mixed presentations, more specific. And on Friday afternoon, the same, plus the second reports of the satellite groups. So, what are these satellites? We have 5 satellites, 5 smaller groups, and for each of these satellites, we're going to have between 2 and 3 moderators per satellite. One representing the astronomy, astrophysics, to choose the word, community, another one representing the GR data analysis community. Well, sometimes can be 2 and 1, or 1 and 1, etc. But anyway, we have already arranged the moderators. We know who the moderators are. We have chosen them because we know that they can liven up the conversation, and they can be very good moderators. But it's up to you, for the rest of the people, to choose a satellite by yourself. But there's a condition on this. In each of these satellites, we want to have at least 50% of astronomers and 50% of GR data analysis people. Of course, this is not a strict limit. It can be 60-40, but okay, you get the idea. And again, every satellite needs to pick up a volunteer to present the summary on Thursday and Friday, which, well, not necessarily must be one of the moderators. Can be one of the moderators, but it must not be one of the moderators. You will note that there is a significant overlap. I do believe that all of you have the list of questions. There's a significant overlap between some questions, and that the subdivision into separate numbered points is, to a large extent, arbitrary. Because this should be only envisaged as a way to suggest themes to focus the discussions on. We cannot force you to solve or to talk about this or that question, and well, what's more, we don't expect you to answer the questions, but to give a good description of what is the current status of the thing, what should be done, what should be achieved in the next years, say, I don't know, 1, 3, or 5 years. And well, not everything is work. We're going also to have a bit of fun. As I told you on Wednesday afternoon, it is potentially free, but there are some well, other possibilities. There's a colloquium, a very interesting colloquium in the central building at 2 o'clock, I believe. And also the possibility to some extent for people to discuss whatever they want in a separate room. This is independent of the main idea of the meeting. I know that, well, you will meet here some of your collaborators. I cannot forbid you to talk with your collaborators. And I think Wednesday afternoon is a good day, it's a good occasion to do that. But you only have to please let me know in advance so that I can arrange the room, etc., because we have some restrictions on that. There's also, if you want to do a bit of tourism around Potsdam or Berlin, should check out the good selection of links that I got thanks to Archana in the list of the webpage, or take a booklet. These are the Fritz thing, the Kaiser tour. I believe that most of you have one of them, or if not, I can maybe, if there are enough, I can provide you with one of them. And if you want to go out to a Kneipe, I believe that John William is the person you should contact, because I believe that John is an expert on this thing, and he knows what to happen. Okay, so general things. Oh, this is already old, I think, because I was saying, well, internet access will be available at Fraunhofer Institute. This is this room here, and I was saying that it's encrypted, but now I think it's open. You don't need a web key or whatever. In the central building, in the Hörsaal, at the ground floor, and the seminar room, also on the first floor, you will have also wireless connection without encryption. And for those of you without a wireless card, which is possible, at the AEI, I believe, at least a computer support told me, I don't know whether they did it already, but I'm confident. The main entrance close to the coffee machine, where you have, well, the main entrance of the AEI, you have chairs and desks, etc. There will be a couple of cables laying around. And this is an important issue. Lunch will be at 1:20 to avoid the rush hour in the central building. You have a small map, by the way, in the sheets I've given to you. But this is important because they close at 2, and actually Abud asked the speakers giving the talk before the lunch to try to finish maybe 5 minutes before, because we have to be there on time. Possibly the ideal thing would be to be there actually at 1:15, but I know that well, this is an issue I have to. But I think it should be fine. They told me that it should be fine. And if you have general questions, of course, I will be happy to answer the questions you can address to me. But we also have the friendly locals. They're carrying the name tags, I believe. And now I would like to ask the friendly locals to maybe stand up for a while, so that people can recognize you and see who can help you. Stas, you should stand up. So these are the friendly locals. Please just ask them, okay? They are really, really friendly. And yes, and you will notice, you have already noticed that there are not many flags lying around, but there's a station in the back of the room in which well, you can charge your your batteries during the break. Okay, and that's it for the morning. I think that's more than enough, and enjoy. Yes. This is something I have not thought of, actually. But as a matter of fact, the Fraunhofer has always the door open, so maybe it would be better if you just take your laptop with you. In any case, I don't believe that